What's something you quietly stopped caring about?
Skin and makeup. As long as I'm not having a complete breakout, I don't care. I've been fighting with my skin since I was 13. It is what it is. Also, I have fewer skin problems since I stopped using foundation to cover up my skin issues.
Yes, I hate the obsession with acne-free faces that are constantly covered in makeup. In my opinion, it's one or the other.
Me too. I only wear foundation for special occasions now, and my skin is so much better.
Trying to earn my friends' friendships. The ones who made me earn it, I just quietly walked away from and blocked on everything. I love to mute people's accounts. They don't know I have essentially unfollowed them, no drama, but they're just a relic and not a real relationship. Feels so much better than the reminder of not being treated well.
Advancing my career. I'm 33, my wife is 33 as well. We both make about $120,000 a year, but we both work from home. Every time we look into any kind of promotion, it's always in the office full-time or 2 to 3 days a week, and I just don't care enough to even apply. Working from home, hanging out with my wife and our son all day, makes me perfectly content staying exactly where I am.
Combined $120,000 or each making that, what do you do?
Maintaining relationships that only survived on nostalgia.
Yep, I drifted away from most of my old college friends when I was in my late 20s and found my people. There are a few I still keep in touch with, but only one I actually tend to hang out with. Something I wasn't expecting but was pleasantly surprised by, my new friends don't drink nearly as much. I used to get drunk pretty much every time I met up with my old friends, and now I barely drink at all. It saved me a ton of money, and it feels better. Turns out it's really nice to go over to someone's place and talk about art and drink tea, and then go to raves and concerts with a bunch of sober people who just really like the music and culture.
I dropped a friend a few years back because the only thing we had was the fact that we were friends as kids. I didn't actually like them as a person anymore. Actually, I found that to be the case with a few other people I'd tried to maintain friendships with. I had to learn not to base friendships on nostalgia. I stayed friends with one particular douchebag for years because we've known each other for over a decade. I'd hate to ruin that. But then I got tired of their bullshit. My job. After all the jobs I enjoyed were given to other people and I was left with all the crap jobs, I tried my hardest to do things better and got stressed out from getting nowhere. One day, I just stopped doing overtime and went home to my family. Every now and then, they try to get me involved with projects, but I have lost all interest in anything but doing the bare minimum so I don't get fired.
Exactly this. Funnily enough, I know way more than even my boss's boss does about specific things. Like today, I learned there's a built-in shutoff on my machine past a certain number of hours, so in 4 years, it's going to randomly turn off and they aren't going to be able to figure it out.
I had a job that I dedicated far more of myself to than I should have. After 16 years, they moved me to another position without asking, then eliminated that position. Only then did I realize how stupid I had been. I got another job for the same money, but now I just do my work and go home. I don't really care or think about what the company does. I just do my part, then go home. It's nice.
Joining in on this one. I broke my ass in my 20s and most of my 30s to make a name for myself. Turns out I can have no name in a corporation, do my job, turn off my computer, and stop thinking about work. It even pays better too. Social media. It's all fake. No one really means anything unless you truly interact with them in person. Everything else is just texted words or pictures or videos with only popularity truly in mind.
We have ended up extremely sad as humans. When I look at social media and people I used to know, it's just gross. When did they become so fake? I realize I've never truly known them, though. I truly loathe social media. It's extremely fabricated and designed to make us feel like shit. Keeping up with people I grew up with and grew apart from. My favorite quote about relationships and effort: if you want to know who's rowing the boat, stop rowing. Turns out I was rowing a lot of boats. Sadly, it seems like I'm rowing nearly every single boat. In my phone, I have probably 30 to 40 non-relative people I know who I can get a hold of, instigate plans, and then do all the logistics. We will go out, have a great time, and they'll say, we need to do this more often. And then they do nothing. If I do nothing, 3 of those 30 to 40 people will reach out to me. One of those 3 only calls me if he's hammered. I have another 2 or 3 people who I don't mind doing the lifting for because I enjoy their company so much. But I really do just wish it would happen for me, that people I like would instigate hanging out.
That's so insightful. It is better to abandon the boat once than to row it alone forever. Exhaustion will visit anyway. Better to swim the ocean's length alone or find a boat you don't have to row alone.
This is a tricky one. A lot of people, most, are terrible at motivation, initiative, and planning, but they are great if they are your company. In my experience, someone has to accept being the planner, or nothing happens. It's up to you if you think that means the other party is less of a friend.
Makeup. I'm not even sure exactly when it happened. I used to be the type to freak out at the thought of going out with no eyebrows, at the absolute very least. I am very fair and my eyebrows are invisible. Yet at some point, I just stopped caring. Now I look in the mirror, shrug, and go on my way. Turning 60 changes a lot of things. I still care about my appearance. I just no longer care if it's artistically enhanced.
After COVID, when I wore a mask all the time, I just couldn't pick up the routine of applying makeup again. I haven't worn it since 2020. Now it feels weird if I do.
NFL football sold its soul for ratings and drama, and it just doesn't hit the same anymore. I'm not boycotting it or anything, I just don't care about it anymore.
Climbing the career ladder. I just want a stable, low-key job that pays enough to pay the bills and still allows a work-life balance.
It makes the where do you see your career going conversation in yearly reviews very difficult. It's not that I don't want to improve. I just want to improve my skills, not my job title. I like the rung I'm on. And is it really improving if I have to start working 60 hours again, plus deciding who deserves a paycheck out of an applicant pool or during layoffs? That sounds like the opposite of improving.
This. 2 weeks ago, I stepped down from a managerial position to a regular employee. Yeah, I lost 10% of my pay, but now no overtime, I get out on time, and I make enough to pay my bills and save a little. No more stressing out.
100%. As I started approaching director level, I realized I don't want a director level role. I enjoy what I do now, not managing people. I currently work 30 hours a week, have benefits, a flexible schedule, and autonomy to do my limited scope job. I can't really imagine anything better, other than possibly working even fewer hours as I achieve more financial independence.
Life. Chronic pain makes me not care. Just surviving.
Me too. Depression, addiction, trauma, I don't care anymore. And I feel so guilty because this summer I survived a life or death experience. And I feel like a piece of shit for throwing away the life I was given when so many others wish they had mine.
Christmas. I used to love Christmas. I loved shopping for gifts, wrapping the gifts, and having my whole family over for a big dinner that I cook. We do this every single year. Well, the past few years, I have been noticing that I've grown so sick of the consumerism and the constant influencer-recommended gifts. Watching 10-year-old girls go crazy for Sephora and Lululemon and people fighting over a stupid Starbucks cup has really made me so bitter about the whole season. It doesn't make me happy anymore. As a matter of fact, I literally can't wait for it all to be over with.
I stopped celebrating with gifts. Didn't give them, didn't accept them. No dealing with crowds trying to buy stuff. No checking names off a list. No useless junk gifts received that I know will be in the landfill within a year. Made the holiday much more enjoyable. I put up some decorations, watched some Christmas movies, and spend time with family for a nice dinner. Much better.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It really helps. Subscribe for more, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one.